Hello, my name is Mårf and I'm playing Getting Over It. This is a game. I already played a little bit. Okay, so I've seen runs of this game, so I know what's happening. I know the route. But the difficulty of this game is not knowing where to go, it's executing how to get there. You will see in a bit. But I've already played a little bit because I was recording, but then I threw my recording away because it was shit quality, and I hope it's better now. I can't tell you how far I got once I get there. But anyway, this game is about a guy in a pot with a hammer. You control the hammer, the controls are very finicky because there's some weird acceleration going on. And you just try to get places. Okay, let's do this the easy way.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Yeah, it's...
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip.
quite
I'll understand if you have to take
frustrating
a break. Just find a
sometimes.
safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
What I'm gonna complain about a
This game
lot...
is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazzuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise.
Oops.
Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding.
I'm gonna let him talk for a
And
bit.
that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting
Let me
that
talk.
games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy.
Are we done? Can I talk? Hey, okay. I went so fast. Like the game doesn't expect you to go this fast, I guess. So he got like 5 different dialogues there, which took quite a while. Anyway, as you might have figured out, I have to move around with this hammer. I've played about an hour, and you remember, like over here, I'm trying not to fall down because I hate this place. But over here we had this area with the well, I can't show it. The very narrow area. It's sometimes I can get through there in a minute, sometimes it takes me like 10, so I'm quite happy I got past that. This is the first scary area because this hammer has weird controls. There's like no resistance if I poke into something. If I move my mouse too fast, I will fucking launch myself off the wall. And when the camera is moving because you're moving, it also moves the hammer. It's not fixed where my mouse is. Another example would be if I like put it in the ground and I don't do, and like skew it slightly and I don't do anything. Wait, like this? Like this is not my movement. And or I guess this is better to show it. Huh? Yeah, this is completely not my movement. I don't have my hand on the mouse right now. So there's some, and there's also like this sense of inertia, as you can see. So these are the things you're kind of fighting against. It feels, in a way, it feels natural, but it also feels weird. And you have to be really careful. Like when you're climbing this, you want to be very careful where you place your hammer, because you could slam it into the wall and launch yourself all the way to the left, and then I fall down. And as the guy said, this game saves everything, even if you fuck up. Also, when you fall down like that, it puts your hammer straight up because of the camera moving, or because of inertia. Alright. Now, I was trying to do this fast when I first got here, but let's do this slowly. Set ourselves here. Put the hammer here.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
So, okay. So, there is a shortcut here. You can grab onto this ledge and launch yourself upwards, and there's more level up there. I might do that later if I fall down, but for now I'm gonna go the internet way.
Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed gifs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, Unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Also, I was talking about the weird mouse acceleration thing. Sometimes I reset my mouse and do involuntary movements. It moves very slowly if you move the mouse slowly, but just at some point it starts to skyrocket. So you have to be very careful what you do with your mouse. Sometimes it helps, but most of the time it's counterproductive. But I can't help but think that this is a deliberate design choice in this game. Oh my god, okay. If I fall down there, it's basically all the way to the start. Okay, let's just sit down here. Whoops. I'm trying to get... Yeah, that's the spot I'm trying to hit. Okay, let's sit down. Let's grab this. No, the fucking slide. Alright, that's fine. Alright.
No.
No. Let's just get... No. I just want to be in a safer spot like this. No. Sometimes the hammer just doesn't do what you want. What you want it to... Like this. The left part of the cauldron is hitting the slide, slide. So my hammer slips off, but then it hits the ground again and it just spirals out of control from there. So I want to be a little bit closer. Maybe I can do it from here, actually. Yeah, this seems fine. And I'm pretty sure I have to go to the right.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Okay, I nailed this part when I first played this. Yeah, that's about how it went the first time around. Okay, so this is how far I got on my first try. I fell down where my hammer is, and this is also where the skip I talked about earlier brings you. But the skip is really hard for me, so let's try not to fall. Yeah,
You just
like
lost
that.
a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
I'm gonna complain about the controls a lot. Just be prepared, because right there, I tried to move the hammer over my head, but it repeatedly moved the hammer below myself, so I didn't do what I was trying to do. I was trying to wave the hammer above me and like ram it from wall into wall to climb up. And but it didn't do that, so kinda goofed. Also, there's gonna be a lot of voice lines and like 20s or 30s music as I attempt this, because the game thinks I'm repeatedly falling down from above. And it likes to mock you when that happens. So, yeah. I will probably not talk for a while, because there's gonna be too much the game is doing, sound-wise.
Oof, sorry about that.
I'm gonna slide off. Oh, maybe not. Ooh. I'm surprised. I can...
Oh,
there's...
again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
There is a lot of involuntary movement involved there. The complete ladder part of that was... I had no control. And if I tried to fix it, I only made it worse.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Get nasty over there, boy. Going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad, and I ain't going to be treated this way. Lay them blues there, boyfriend. Down in the jail on my knees, I'm down.
I don't quite understand how I have to move the hammer to launch myself optimally, because pulling straight down doesn't seem to work.
They feed me on cornbread and cheese.
Well, okay, I hit the wall there, so... Oh, okay.
Feed me on cornbread and cheese, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
Alright. No, not quite where I wanted to go. It's very hard doing these very fast flings. I'm dragging the mouse to the bottom left because I want to jump to the right, but it just pulls me straight up because of the part of the movement you don't have no influence in. Okay, so what do we do from here? Probably this. Okay, let me
When
pull
games
myself
were
up.
new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you, you're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you.
Not
Like a baby
quite.
bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
Not quite. I mean, you're watching this on YouTube, but I don't really have 10 million views. No, we want to stay on this side, I think. Yeah. Let's... No. Have to be really careful when you want to place down the cauldron. Where do I want to grab on? The perspective is kind of betraying here. Need to look at every surface kind of carefully to see which ones you probably want to grab. Ah! Okay, let's sit down here. I think this should work. Okay, that's not quite where I want to have my hammer. That's better. Nope! Alright, calm down, Mr. Cauldron. Okay, okay. Not quite, but should work. I don't think it's gonna slip off, so we should be fine. Just get the angle right. So frustrating when it's just outside of reach. I wanted to reset my mouse. I keep forgetting that's a no-no in this game. Another problem is that I have one of these standard mouse pads. I don't have a big one, so I need to reset my mouse quite often. Whoops. Okay, we
But on the
should
off
be
chance
fine.
that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
Alright. We are at Orange Hell.
An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge.
Gonna drink.
I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
So I've watched a lot of speedruns. And this place is called Orange Hell. I think it's called that because if you fall down to the left, you fall all the way to the beginning. And this is also the area I'm kinda the most scared of.
The soul would have no rainbow had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
I don't quite understand how that happens. I was barely moving the mouse. But that's just how this game works. Oh, we can do this fun part again. Okay, I can't move my hammer that way around.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so the slide saves me actually if I fall down there. That's good to know. At least we don't go all the way to the beginning. I think that would have been overkill anyways, probably. There is a... Stupid ceiling. There is a part in this game where you can't fall all the way to the beginning. but it's like, either you have to really want to do it, or you have to royally screw up, like panic a lot and grab onto the wrong things. Oh, I don't like this camera. Ah! It's also, when it does this thing, right there, what happened is, I'm kind of, what's the word? Like, I got this spring motion when I hit the camera, and I swing down and up again, and when I swing up, I lose connection with the hammer, but to compensate for that is, at least right now for me, it feels impossible. If I would try to compensate for it, either nothing would happen, or I would slam it into the camera and launch myself away. So I just have to go for the grabs where I don't get into this springing, jumpy motion. Oh yeah, this is how we did it the last time, right? And then I jumped to the left. Stealing! As I jumped, I was thinking about it. I have to... Let me adjust my mouse pad. I have to start moving my hammer after a pogo a lot later if there's a ceiling above me. Even if it's a small one like this. So I jump, keep the hammer where it is for like a second, and then I'm gonna start swinging. Oh, Jesus. No?
I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities, a still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
I accidentally set the cauldron on the ground, and that made my hammer move where I didn't want it to go.
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better. But this is not true. You're sure to be happy again, and knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
I get this thing I get when I'm doing jump maps in TF2, where I start leaning into my jumps on my chair. I'm not sure what movement gives me the good launches and what movement doesn't. Like, do I need to swing? Okay, let's go with the most violent mouse movement I can come up with. It doesn't really do anything. I think it's better to do it a little bit more controlled. Because there's a max movement speed to the hammer, apparently. Even if I... Yeah, you can see. The mouse moves instantly, but the hammer has a travel time. My mousepad keeps moving on the table, I have to reset it every now and then. Oh, by the way, I wasn't talking about that yet. I have a new computer, which it's a very good computer. It's very fast, and might be that I record more again, just because of OBS not having any impact onto my performance now. The recordings, like this right now, is 60 frames, 720p, 4000 kilobit per second. To create small-ish files because my internet is still shit. If I record full HD, 60 FPS at YouTube's bitrate, which is I think 15K, it looks good, but 1 hour is like 6 gigabytes, and 6 gigabytes is I think around 10 hours upload for me, because I got like 150 kilobyte per second upload speed here. It's kind of trash, but that's what we have to deal with for now. Oh, I didn't even notice I reflect in that window or mirror in the back. So I don't really want to pogo here because of that couch above me, so I'm gonna go for swing. It's just if I pogo there, chances are I'm gonna move the hammer like in a wide radius because of how little control I have over it, and I'm gonna hit the couch and launch myself down again. Okay, back here. Let's try to not do the thing that happened last time. But as I said, I'm not quite sure what happened because I had the feeling I moved my mouse very little while that was happening. Okay, why can't I get on top of this thing? Am I stuck? I think I was stuck. Okay. So we should probably plant the hammer around here. And then do a very, very small hop and a left around swing. Maybe. Okay, what I need to do now is set the cauldron here. Works? Question mark. Plant the hammer here. Shit. Okay, that didn't quite work. Let's reset. No, I didn't
Do
mean
not
to.
stand at my grave and cry.
I didn't
I
mean
am
to
not there. I did not die.
push myself off,
Mary
as you
Poppins.
might imagine. Once you start bouncing, bouncing is the word I was looking for earlier. Once you start bouncing, it's over. I bet there's some way to control it better. I just can't figure out how.
No.
I should maybe make a habit of when I start grabbing onto something, I try to compensate for the impact. Maybe I should just stop doing that. Maybe I should not touch anything as I am falling to grab something. That's bad. That's maybe better. No, 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 no.
To live is to suffer.
Can I
To
pogo?
survive is to find some
No.
meaning in the suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche. Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of joy. Peace is the interlude between two wars. You have no rose without a thorn. The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
Come on, I'm trying to pogo to the right. Why don't you do it? Is it because of the hammer movement? Do I have to swing at the... Okay, now I have... It's because of the surface I'm on. Just makes it very hard to jump to the right.
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year. William Carlos Williams.
Like, maybe at this point it's faster to go the left way around, but the left way around has the drop down in between here and the wall. And since we almost fell down there already, let's avoid that place. Also, getting this consistently might make me understand this game a little bit better. Okay, we can get up. Oh, I was doing it too fast again. But as I said, one slight movement and you're already going too fast. Have to be very patient with your mouse movements, and it's kind of hard. Come on. I guess this works.
I'm gonna lose my reason. I'm ready to blow my top. Now if my baby's only teasing me, why don't you stop? Oh, whoopsie doodle line off my noodle line gradually turning gray. I can't sleep awake anymore. But if my baby only hurry, then I know I wouldn't worry anymore. No, 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 wouldn't worry anymore. Whoop, whoop.
No.
Whoop. Whoop.
I thought I was going to fall, but I think that the place I grabbed onto was not going to get us anywhere. If I would have tried to pull myself up, I would have slipped off.
Oh. Whoop.
Ah, the stupid bounces. Okay, let's... No.
Whoop.
Let's try the thing I said earlier. As soon as I hit the camera with my hammer, I'm not gonna move out anything.
Oh.
Yeah, look. It's just really counterintuitive. You feel like you have to brace for impact. You actually don't.
Whoop.
Yeah, look how it sticks everywhere. Just don't do anything. And you're fine.
Oh.
You'll be back here again and again. Avenge and repent until you've ascended. Or until you're contented.
Whoop.
Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these. It might have been. John Greenleaf Whittier.
Oh.
I mean, we're getting sort of consistent at that skip.
If you try to
Whoops!
please
I
audiences,
did not even notice
uncritically
there was
accepting
a
their
spot to grab
tastes,
onto there.
It can only mean that you have no respect for them. Andrei Tarkovsky.
Whoop. 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 On to lose, I've lived my life in vain. Whoop. Every dream has only brought me pain. Whoop. All my life, I've always been so blue.
I don't like the stairs.
And now I'm losing you. Born to lose, it seems so hard to bear. How I long to always have you near. You've grown tired.
It's very hard. Like I feel like every step on the stair has different points where you can drop onto. There's gonna be an ice mountain very, very late in the game, and it has the same problem. There's spots where you can put your hammer deeper into the wall, and you can't really see it. It's just how the collision is made there. So you just have to know the spots. Like this stair is alright, but one step lower or 2 steps lower, you can't do what I'm currently doing. Also, my mouse pad is too small. I was talking earlier about when I grab something like this and I don't move my mouse, it makes this motion, right? So I'm trying to move against it. So I'm constantly moving the mouse down, but at some point I reach the end of my mouse pad, so I have to lift the mouse and then very, very calmly place it on the mat again. But by that time, I will move down further, so I have to compensate again. It just... You have to be quick with your movement, otherwise you're just gonna be stuck in the same cycle over and over. Oh, almost got that one to work. I could increase sensitivity, but I think that would lead to...
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Iced tea.
that would just lead to other problems. Whoops.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past. I sigh
I think
the
it's
lack
better
of
if I
many a
don't
thing I saw,
go all the way
and
down,
old
but like
Rose knew,
halfway up.
Wail my dear times
Seems to
ways.
launch me higher,
William Shakespeare.
if I'm already a little bit contracted.
Patience is the
Like,
foundation.
in
of
what
eternal peace.
universe
Make anger your
did I
enemy.
make the
Harm
movement
comes to, those who
to
know only
let the
victory and do not know
hammer
defeat.
pass below me?
Find fault with yourself and not with others. It's in falling short of your own goals that you'll surpass those who exceed theirs. Tokugawa Ieyasu.
Okay, I think I know what's going on. So if I have... Okay, you can't really see what I'm doing because of the background. Let's go in here. So, I have my mouse all the way at the top. If I start moving it to the side, it moves down a bit because I can only move it in like this radius. So I start moving it left, start moving it right, start moving left, and then it naturally goes into this spot. And if I just accidentally slightly drag down, it makes the hammer go below me. So I need to remember to constantly pull up while I'm doing that movement.
She smiled in defeat with unconquerable eyes. Atticus.
Oh, I got my hammer stuck. That was a bad spot to grab. Almost fell down because of that. What was the strat here? Small pogo and swing? Or just that, I guess. No, actually, let's grab... Oh no, this is scary. I'm not sure if I can actually fall down here. Like, is there something... Is this table gonna block me from falling off? Let's take a very careful look, alright? I can't fall down. Okay. Now we know. Shit.
Your failure here is a metaphor. To learn for what, please resume climbing. Rob Dubbin.
Remember this place? Alright, back to this place. There's still no rhyme or reason for this. Sometimes it works, sometimes you get stuck. I hate it. This is probably... I think this is also one of the most inconsistent places for speedrunners. It's really random. It's not really random, but it's so precise that you basically have no control over whether it's gonna work or not. Like, sometimes you can swing around the hammer there, sometimes you can't. Come on! Okay, we need to try to land on the lamp. Like this. I hate this. It's actually the worst. Come on. Okay. Was pretty slick. No! I grabbed onto the one pixel that was standing out. Dragging yourself up that metal thing in the wall, this one, you tend to pull yourself into it and then fly to the left. Okay, no, I was just too careful to not fling myself into it. Come on. Come on. Okay.
Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Weep, and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Ella Weaver Wilcox. Better by far that you should forget and smile than you should remember and be sad. Christina Rossetti. Something filled up my heart with nothing. Someone told me not to cry. Now that I'm older, my heart's colder. I can see that it's a lie. The arcade fire.
No, I got stuck again. That's what I don't like about the stairs. Well, amongst other things. Okay, we need the hammer slightly further to the left. Maybe like this. Okay. Remember this place? Trying to go too fast again because I'm getting impatient. This should work, right? Yeah. Yeah, we can actually do this a little bit more YOLO style. Maybe I should go for a more natural movement, not overthink it too much. Like, instead of... like, just go like this. Okay, this I need to take a bit slowly. No, that's what I was afraid of. Play a bit more with intuition and less with thinking about everything that I'm doing. It's also more entertaining, I guess. Alright, come on, you can do it. There we go. We've been in this situation. Let's not do the wrong thing. I don't want to grab onto that. I want to set myself a little bit more to the side. Okay, that's pretty good. That's bad. Let's try to... Okay. Situation under control. I was talking about going fast, but I don't think that's very viable here unless you know what you're doing. Or is it viable? Is it viable? Oh shit, it might be. Okay, so I don't think we can pogo this, so we might want to grab here, go down a bit. Oh shit. We might be fine. Just a fair warning. When I reach the top of this building, there's gonna be a jump scare. You have been warned. I think it's only fair. If I know that it's there, that you should know. Oh, I got my hammer stuck for a bit. As soon as I'm over this... There it was. Okay, we're kind of safe now.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
Hello, hats. I don't want to grab onto you. Actually, go away. Can I make this hat go away forever? Pew. Yeah, it's good down there because that's okay. Anvil jump. When I was watching first time playthroughs, this was part that frustrated a lot of people. There's not really danger of reset here. It's just this jump is apparently really hard.
Oh no.
There's no way I can launch myself up from here, right? Or like this? Not really. Yeah, there's basically no launches here.
Oh no.
I don't know how to pogo better than that. Almost. Or it felt like that could have... That was the right way to do it. Okay, so with a little bit of swinging, this hat... Is it gone? No. That's good. So, if I get a little bit of momentum going... That might help. Oh, I tried something different there. Actually... Nah, it's too finicky. Just getting me out of here, please. Really? That collided? It's so hard to swing and pogo at the same time without losing balance. Just want to try one more time to... Look at this hitbox. This is atrocious. This is a hitbox. No, I even tried to do the thing where I don't move the mouse at all.
Whoop.
Do I just need to YOLO it as soon as I grab onto and try to fling myself further up?
Whoop.
That might be the case. Can I stand here? Yes. No! Ah, so close. So close.
Whoop. Whoop.
What am I doing wrong? This is how I did it the last few times I got up there.
Whoop. Whoop.
Okay, that was rubbish.
Oh.
What am I doing different?
Whoop. Whoop. No.
Or is it like Dark Souls 2 where sometimes you get lucky and you get a good jump and sometimes the game just hates you and gives you a baby jump? Because I'm fairly certain I'm doing the same thing over and over in this spot.
Whoop.
And sometimes I fly really high and sometimes I just don't.
Whoop. No.
Okay, that was my fault. I slipped off with my hammer. My hand is starting to hurt. I think I'm gonna go for a pause over here. So, hope you enjoy this. I think it's safe to say we're about 65-70% through this game. I'm surprised we got so far so quick. It kind of helps that I knew the route roughly, but it's, as I said, I think it's mostly about the controls. And figuring out how the hammer well works, how the physics of the hammer are, because it's not quite intuitive in a lot of ways. But yeah, I'm gonna continue this later. Just gonna rest my hand, maybe eat something. Maybe I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I don't know. Present? Really? Sorry, I didn't know about that. Today we learned that there's a present and it makes a jump scare. Yeah, so see you next time. Bye-bye.